I see that people aren't aware of the impact their behaviors are having on others. And sometimes you might sit there and say, well, you know, that really obnoxious person in that room who's always talking and interrupting, and I just don't like that person. There's always someone in the company you're not going to like, and they're very extreme in their behaviors, and you're like, God, I wish they knew the perception they're having because it's annoying me, and I don't like it, and I would like that person to change. Okay, anyone have any of those in their office? Yeah, okay. And now if you're one of those people, yeah, we got to talk. So the thing we have to realize is you might sit there and go, well, that's not me. Now, if you're that person I just said, then you got some work to do. But what about the ones who sit there in situations in the workplace where they have a tendency to not speak up at meetings very often? And so what perception do you create when you do that? Or what about the one who's distracted all the time? You know, you're sitting down with your boss for a meeting and she's on her phone the whole time. Or you're sitting at a meeting with 10, 15 other people and people are on their phones or they're on their computers. And they're multitasking and doing other things and you're like, oh, that's not very nice. Or a person who's always late for meetings. Or the person who dominates a meeting and takes up all the airspace. Oh, you guys like that one? Okay. These people have no clue they're doing any of these behaviors. If they did, they would stop doing it. Now, as subtle as these are, it's part of people's personality. It's part of the culture and background. Japanese proverb says, the nail that sticks out gets hammered down. I don't want to stick out. What's important is you want to create a perception that's going to influence how people are seeing you so that they see you for the impact and the value you're bringing to the company. That's what we're talking about here. And so recognize that you do behaviors in the workplace that are either enhancing your perception or diminishing your perception. And your job is to start to get more interested in that. Start to understand more about the impact your behavior is having on others. And don't just keep relying on performance, on your talent, on your skills. It's not enough anymore. You got to do more. Every one of you in this room is an incredibly talented, successful individual. Raise your hand if you agree with me. This is not a test. What I want you to realize, I'm not worried about your ability to perform. You guys got that down. What I'm concerned about is the piece that you don't spend as much time on. And that is the concept of perception and influence, which we're about to talk about. These are things you want to be doing that are outside of your job. But we spend so much time performing well and doing everything right that we don't have any time to work on other parts of ourselves that could help people see us in the right way. And for them to really know the true impact and value you're bringing to the organization. You have to rely on that more. That's the shift we want to have happen.